Yo, what's good? It's your boy Battleface TV. We're back with another video. Today, I decided to do a tier list on post crossover breakers just to see where the meta is shaping up right now and what it's going to look like for the foreseeable future up until at least Rage of the Abyss format. Oh, this is Twitter. This is not, oops. Well, it's on my Twitter for a bit, so go follow me on Twitter /X. Let's get right into this. So we have obviously, I'm gonna zoom out a bit. But obviously you got tier 1, tier 1.5, tier 2, high rogue, and then I'm gonna change this to don't. Just don't. So obviously Ryzeo and Malice are the best decks in the format right now, with the Ryzeo being able to make a bunch of rank 4s, being able to spam out really good rank 4s like Dweller, Baguska, Dugaris, the Starleash, Photon Knight, and then they can easily OTK. It's absurd. And then Malice being a Cybers waifu deck that gets to play Shifter. Why are two of the most expensive cards in this set $45 a piece? I want to play this deck. But this deck is insane. Honestly, you could interchange either one of these. But right now, I think Malice is the better deck. Then if you have to go just purely based off engines by themselves, Malice is better than Ryzeo, but you add the Fiendsmith package into Ryzeo, I think it's infinitely better. So let's get into some other decks. Mermail can't really play well into a shifter board, but Deep Sea Minstrel looking at your opponent's hands pretty broken. But they're at tier 2. Chimera's actually kind of a sleeper pick this format. Just being able to, it's not good against Malice because you can't play the Dark Barrier statue. They don't care about the Dark Barrier statue, but you put the Dark Barrier statue up against Ryzeo, they lose the game on the spot. But I think this deck is kind of insane. I'm gonna put this in bottom of tier 2. See, my Centurion, the deck I'm currently playing right now, I want to be biased. I want to say it's the best deck, but it's clearly not the best deck. I think it's tier 1.5. I think it's one of those decks that can hang, that can compete. They have great matchups into Ryzeo especially, and we have options to make, such as Chaos Angel versus Ryzeo and Dispatter and Regain against Malice, just being able to put back all their stuff to draw cards, to not only draw cards, but to be able to prevent them from having additional bodies to summon. I think it's just absolutely insane. And then I don't know what this is. I'm just gonna say don't. Pure Snake Eye. Not Pure Snake Eyes. Pure Fire King. I think this is also a tier 1.5 deck. This deck's insane. The ability just to play so much non-engine, the one-offs, and the extra deck cards. Snake Eyes does not have an impact on this deck. I think Pure Fire King's really good. Flu, don't play this deck. It's bad. It loses to literally a detonator. People are playing Lancia too, so Flu's just bad. Branded, I think, is high rogue. With the banning of, I believe it was Gimmick Puppet and Jowgin, people are moving to Ido. I have never been Ido locked, but I think Ido is just a worse version of this. They can also play Ross Disciple, but they can't play into a detonator. It's not very good. Don't play stun. Now, Goblin Bikers. I think Goblin Bikers can be put in high rogue. It has a great Ryzeo matchup. Just being able to detach off of their Xyz monsters, bro, that's broken. But it doesn't have a great Malice matchup. It can't play into Shifter all that well. Can't play into boards that well. I think this is gonna be one of those 50%. This rogue deck has a 50% matchup against one, but then crap against the other. Melodious. I think Melodious is top of tier 2. This deck is Ostinato is a card that is broken and not limited. So I expect all the branded players to go from a very expensive branded deck to very cheap Melodious deck. Being able to put up Shiberta and Aria Elegy, just having your cards be protected, It's insane. Um, I think this deck's gonna be very good. It's gonna be a rogue deck for the format, but it's gonna be the best rogue deck for the format. Pure cash. I can't play into a board. I have a good malice matchup, but I think for now this is literally just an engine. So I'm gonna put it in high rogue. Labyrinth. I gotta fret. I think Labyrinth probably is in tier 1.5. This deck's really good being able to loop D barrier and not really caring about what Malice does because they banish their own cards, and with Big Welcome being able to bounce rather than like destroy or banish. I think it's really good. Um sorry, I was Orchest. Right now, no, just don't wait for the support in Supreme Darkness. Pearly is also in like high and rogue. Again, I can't really play into a dead net. Oh wait. Actually, Street is insane. What am I saying? Street is insane. If you can establish Street in this matchup, it's insane. I think this deck is like bottom of tier 2 because if you establish Street, you can play into a dead natter, and you realistically don't care about Shifter because you play it yourself. Rescue Ace, they got Airlifter back to 3. That's literally all they got, but they lost OSS. I think this deck is rogue. I think this deck is not going to be very good this format. Runic Stun. Don't play Runic Stun. Do not play Runic Stun. People are playing Lancia. Do not play Runic Stun. Sky Strikers and bottom of Rogue, in my opinion. They realistically do not care about Detonator. Because you can just go normal summon Ray, make Typhon, bounce a card, activate engage multiple times. Like realistically, you do not care about Detonator, and then they have a bad Malice matchup because like Shifter is a card, but it is what it is. Pure Snake Eye, they lost OSS, but they still have this big idiot around, so I'm putting it in high rogue. While we're on here, Tempai still really good. I think Tempai is still really, really good. Yes, it lost its consistency. It lost one Chandra, and it lost two Chandra, two Kaiman, but it just makes you kill them on the spot when you get those cards, or else if your opponent is smart, they'll like make an SP and banish your Chandra, and then you're like absolutely screwed. So I think Tempai is a very, very solid for this format, but it's just not as good as these. I think honestly, top of Rogue should look like this. Top of 1.5. Don't play tier. Can't play into a board. Voiceless is not interesting to me because they can play a lot of engine. They can play Shifter. No, they can't play under Shifter. No. They can't play under Shifter. They can't play under. They can't play under a lot of the floodgates. Really, they play under Molcharmies very well, and I think into a board, if you're able to set up barrier, you're fine. So I think this deck is like tier 2, right under. It's like either above or below Chimera. I'll put it below Chimera. What else did I want to talk about? Ubel. This was another deck that was hit by the ban list. I think this deck is high tier 2. It's the highest tier 2 deck. I can't put it bottom of tier 1.5 because losing 2 Phantom actually really did hurt the deck. But they also got 3. They also got opening of the Spirit Gates back. So really, I think that trade is better for the format now. Exodia, probably the best road deck in the format. Exodia just nullifies a Detonator. Being able to put up a spell trap negate, and then being able to play under Shifter really does not matter because you can also negate spells and traps. And this against the Malice trap that banishes a card is like really good. But I still think it's rogue because playing into a board, it's really, really hard. But going first and being able to set up like Exodia Fusion, maybe like a Fucho, and like D Barrier / Lancia, like you're chilling. And I think that's all I really want to talk. One more. White Forest. Do not play this deck right now. Wait for Supreme Darkness. These are the two decks that I want to tell you to wait for Supreme Darkness. These two right here. Because these decks are about to be broken next format. When we get the Link one that searches the field spell and like some of the new White Forest cards, it's going to be insane. So make sure to pick up your LZs and Stellars right now. And with that, this is Battleface TV signing out. Make sure y'all have a wonderful day. I need to make a video anyways.